I wanted a relocation bracket that was heavy-duty but without excess material. TeraFlex delivers on this bracket, which allowed me to make a third brake line and license light to keep the profile down. I used ABS to do both and it mounts solidly to the TeraFlex bracket. The only downside to this is the license plate must be removed to access the lug nuts if you need to use the spare. In my case that's a hex wrench. Made from heavy steel, this bracket should last longer than the Jeep. Very easy install and able to paint black to match rest of items. Went to dealership to purchase since seen this style on new Jeeps. They wanted over $600 because was not sold as a single piece but instead a larger unit. Had to cut the tail light housing so cannot go back but has made the small rear window a bit more spacious with it lowered down. It's great to be legal again. This was an easy install and uses the same size bolts as my lug wrench, which is nice. I'm sure it will give me a little more peace of mind when sitting at a standstill on the freeway. Solid. Not expensive, but not made cheaply. Good and thoughtful design. Of course with the plate/brake light it becomes a 100% solution, but it is fit for purpose. If Mad Max has a plate relocation bracket, it's definitely this one. Mine didn't come with hardware to mount the license plate, but really wasn't a big deal. It is a cut plate. (2016) 2DR Rubicon. I put 35 inches tires on my Rubicon and quickly found out my third brake light became obscured. This was an easy job to complete, less than an hour, including trimming the factory light with a Dremel. It may be a little overpriced for what you get, but until someone else makes something similar to compete, it is what it is. If you are using the stock tire mount you will be left with brake light housing that is integrated. I plan to cut it off the mount the next time I rotate tires. Since the brake light is no longer in a housing, I use some dielectric grease on the connector to keep water out. Probably unnecessary, but I had some and figured it couldn't hurt. Worked great with my stock rims on my 15 JKU, but when I got my Raceline Avenger wheels I found that the little screws that hold the license plate on were too long, so I bought some shorter ones and put them in backwards to avoid scratching the rim. This particular system, though pricey, is great. I don't think I would have done this if I hadn't got a gift card from an event I did. Don't get me wrong, the quality of all the parts are dead solid. But what you get, one bracket, two lug bolts, two bolts and a set of license screws and nuts. No plate lights, no brake lights, basically because it will relocate your original third brake light. Note, metal cutting pretty much required, hope you can use a grinder, nothing but basically a bracket and 4 bolts in the long run, for a cost of about $40, but, I did give it a 5-star rating B. It looks good. I still think TeraFlex is off on their pricing, but supply and demand I guess. I'm one of the suckers that bought it.